Infiniti's QX30 competes in a segment that did not exist 4 years ago, the very small crossover. Beneath its brushstroke body is a surprise: the chassis structure, suspension, 2-liter, 208 horsepower turbocharged 4-cylinder, and 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox are not from the parts bin of parent company Nissan. They're shared with the Mercedes GLA 250. Daimler and Renault-Nissan formed a partnership in 2010. This is one result. This kind of hookup is not unusual in the automotive world. General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, Honda, Toyota, they've all done it. As we learned in kindergarten, sharing is good. Here, it allowed Infiniti to bring this small hatchbacky sport utility to market very quickly. Only car nerds like myself will notice a few pieces of shared German switchgear. The 30's deep, swept creases have a very unique appearance. It's hard to pull off originality these days. QX doesn't look like its German cousin. Drives differently too. Infiniti engineers retuned the suspension, throttle, steering, and the gearbox. When I drove the GLA, the transmission dynamics were very laggy in economy mode and super over-caffeinated in sport mode with no middle ground. That seems to be taken care of here. This all-wheel drive model is lifted some 2 inches over the low-riding sport version. Nearly 8 inches of ground clearance is helpful in climates with a lot of this. Winter came to my neighborhood and the QX had no problems handling the sloppy, slushy results, even on hills that are pretty steep. The lesson here? This rig is fine for light off-roading and snow duty. Just be careful. It's always the 4-wheel drive vehicles that end up in the ditch on days like today, isn't it? Don't forget that tires make a huge difference. A front-wheel drive car with snow tires could probably handle this stuff pretty well. Once winter wonderland clears, QX30 can be a fun machine. 0 to 60 happens in just under 7 seconds. It's relatively comfortable and quiet for a small car. Love to carve corners? Consider the front drive versions. All-wheel drive models have a higher center of gravity and slower steering ratio. One thing the Infiniti and Mercedes share is that when you go to check your blind spot, all you're going to get is a view of the B pillar. That's an A pillar, that's a B pillar. The back is the C pillar. Trying to be educational here. Highly recommended is the $2,200 technology package with blind spot warning, plus auto braking and semi-autonomous parking. You may have heard fuel-saving automatic engine start-stop systems are becoming more popular. As advertised, the engine shuts down by itself. Take my foot off the brake. Boom, it's all automatic. This one can definitely be felt. It's okay. Fortunately, it can be turned off. I saw 23 miles per gallon on specified premium fuel, but surely snow and rain reduced the efficiency. Infiniti certainly put its stamp in here. Materials in this cocoon-like space look and feel rich, especially with this $1,700 Cafe Teak package, even though the wood is not teak. This big piece of glass is a no-cost option on premium models. The toasty seats are especially comfortable. Infiniti's user interface has 2 ways to get down to business. The screen is small, graphics nothing fancy. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are not available. This bird's eye view is part of the tech package. At 5'9", I'm okay back here, though dimensions all feel a tad snug, and the seat back's a little upright for my taste. Friends, preferably smaller ones, can charge their phones but can't warm their bottoms back here. There are belts for 3. Use them all only with consenting adults. It would be tight. No power tailgate. That's okay. They can be really slow. Apparently, the swoopy shape made the hardware tough to install. Going skiing, you can still seat 4 with the equipment riding inside. No surprise, both the QX and GLA take on 5 packs. Drop the back seat and a dozen will fit. Pricing starts at $31,000. This top-shelf premium all-wheel drive model with all major options like LED lighting, stickers for $46,000. That puts it in the hunt with Audi A3, BMW X1, Lexus NX, Lincoln MKC, and yes, Mercedes GLA. These are not inexpensive vehicles, so research and test drive. That way, the car you hook up with becomes a good partnership. I had a few people say, "Hey, I can get a Mercedes for the price of an Infiniti? What a sweet deal." No, yes, there is about a $4,000 price premium to get the three-pointed star on the grille, but don't look at it that way. Buy the car you love. In the long run, that's the great deal. Besides, the two cars have different character. They're even built in different plants. The Infiniti is screwed together in the United Kingdom. Welcome to Driven After Hours, the director's cut. As you know, when you're making a video, continuity, very important. Can't really do that this time because doing the GoPro here, it's pouring down rain. When I was shooting the running footage, it wasn't, which is good because I stayed dry when I was doing that. You, of course, know that I shoot these videos, and my friend Martin Campbell drives, so I can do that. I way overshoot, oftentimes because I'm trying to keep other cars, people, and dogs out of the footage. This one was shot a couple weeks before Christmas. I need to keep this stuff out of the frame. Wow, these guys are serious. Oh, and I did the snow driving stuff alone. I would set up the camera and then run over to the car, drive through the frame, and then hopped out to do it again. That's how it's done. Very elegant, very high production. There you go. That is my take on the Infiniti QX30. If you want to see a review of the Mercedes GLA, lucky you, it's just a couple clicks away on my channel. And to think it took me days to write, photograph, and edit. But I enjoy my job. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.